Good evening. I'm Stephanie Hawthorne, the fourth principal to serve as principal at Barnett Junior High School. This marks my 10th year at Barnett. I'd like to welcome each of you tonight with a special welcome to the family of our namesake, Miss Christine Barnett. In Arlington ISD, it is a tradition to celebrate school's milestone anniversaries and student accomplishments over the years. This 22-23 school year marks the 30th anniversary for Barnett Junior High School, and we are honored to have each of you celebrate with us this evening. But before we begin our celebration, let's have a little fun and take a little trip down memory lane. Let's look back at a few things that were taking place in our world in 1993. Number one, Prince Harry was born. And we're all familiar with what he's doing now. Number two, the movie Ghostbusters was released. Ladies, this one is for you. The first MAC cosmetics were revealed. Number four, taping TV became legalized. Remember those VHS tapes that we used to use to record all of our TV shows? Number five, the movie Terminator was released. Number six, 1993 marked the first female captain of a Boeing 747 airplane. Number eight, the album Purple Rain was released. Number eight, did I say eight before? That was seven. Number eight, the Macintosh computer was unveiled. They are now known as Macs or Apple computers. Here's one for the kids. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends TV show was launched. The Cosby Show was the first to come to our screens in 1993. Papa John's Pizza shops opened. Anybody remember Tetris? You know Tetris? Yes. I don't know Tetris, but it is touted as being the most addictive digital game of all times. That was released in 1993. Oh, this one is a good one. The average price of a home. Anybody want to take a guess? $30,000. Almost. $37,182. We are a long way from that now. And finally, the doors of Christine Barnett Junior High School opened to the students of Arlington, Texas. Now that we have the proper perspective, welcome again to the 30th anniversary of the Christine Barnett Junior High School. Our program will proceed as printed. Please stand for the Star Spangled Banner.
I am Janine Craig. I'm the choir director at Barnett Junior High. It is my pleasure to introduce Ronica Regiu. Ronica was chosen as the first chair, second soprano in the TMEA Region 5 All-Region Choir. So Ronica, if you'll come forward for our Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Veronica. That was awesome. At this time, we will have greetings from the Assistant Superintendent in AISD, Dr. Laina McDonald.
Thank you very much. Greetings on behalf of Dr. Cavazos, Superintendent of Schools in Arlington. There are a couple things that Ms. Hawthorne left out. In 1993, the Dallas Cowboys did win the Super Bowl, right? It was probably because Barnett opened. And then the other thing is, remember the Sony Walkmans? Anybody? That was the year they came out. So I say that because education empowers innovation, and look where we are now. We are walking around with a smartphone that we don't have to have headphones with fuzzy things on the side and worry about batteries, right? So it really is exciting to be here for the 30th anniversary of this great school. I would like to say thank you to the Barnett family for being here. How exciting. Miss Barnett, which you'll hear later about, was really a pioneer, not only as a woman, but as a mother and an advocate for education. So we're very excited to have her as a namesake for this school. I also want to say that there's many students that have walked through these hallways that have become famous in their own right, whether they're a teacher, a professional, a lawyer, an athlete, a CMA music star, but Barnett does impact the lives of every student that walks through the hallways, and that's what we're most proud of, is that we contribute to the community and to our world by educating students here at Barnett. So welcome on behalf of Arlington ISD, and thank you for your contribution to Barnett Junior High.
Next, we will have a musical selection by our Barnett Band under the direction of Miss Donna O'Brien and Mr. Brandon Barrett. Let's give them one more round of applause. And a special thank you to our former Barnett Band directors. Thank you. Miss Christine Barnett was born in McAlester, Oklahoma in 1923. But she spent most of her life as a Texan. Her education began in public school system in Sherman, Texas, and after attending Baylor University, Austin College, and Louisiana State University, she received her bachelor's degree from LSU in 1944 with a major in social sciences. Miss Barnett married Lieutenant Ty Hill Barnett during World War II, and after he graduated from the University of Texas in 1950, the couple tried their hand at ranching in Concho and McCulloch counties. The severe drought years of the early 1950s forced them to give up ranching, and in 1954, they moved to Arlington, Texas. As the mother of 5 children, Ms. Barnett's adult life was devoted to her family, community, and schools. Active in PTAs of 5 schools, she held various offices, including the presidency of Berry Elementary and Sam Houston High School PTAs. Ms. Barnett was the first woman in modern times to serve on the AISD Board of Trustees since 1921. She served on the board from 1969 to 1981. Some of her accomplishments during her tenure include air conditioning for all Arlington schools, additional gyms, yay, that's a good one, additional gyms in secondary schools, gyms in all elementary schools, the establishment of the Teacher Administration School Board Consultants, the addition of 4 junior high schools, 3 high schools, and 10 elementary schools, as well as the addition of Craven and Willimon Fields. Barnett Junior High was dedicated on Sunday, November the 7th in 1993. Can you all please join me to sing happy birthday to Ms. Barnett, as this would have been her 100th birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miss Barnett. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Ms. Craig. And thank you all. And now we will have the history of Barnett by our assistant principal, Ms. Amber Jordan.
Good evening, Barnett Junior High School. It is a great joy and honor for me to address you this evening on the 30th anniversary of Barnett Junior High. We have a motto here at Barnett: once a bear, always a bear. See, you said it. Once a bear, always a bear. That motto, it stays with you. And so for 30 years, many students, staff, admin, and others throughout the community have helped mold those that have came through Barnett Junior High. And great things require great people, and that is what Barnett has consisted of the past 30 years, is great people. So let's talk about some of those things. Hold on, because it's been since 1993, okay? Barnett Junior High opened its doors in 1993, and Lynn Henley was the first principal. Nan Lovelace, Richard Kemp, who went on to serve as superintendent of Birdville ISD, and Charlie Cunningham were the APs. Many of the teachers have been surplus from other campuses in AISD to fill the teaching positions. During the first year, Barnett had students in grades 7th, 8th, and 9th. There were approximately 1,200 students in our building. Students had to share lockers, and some of our students were 16 years of age. What a year it was, but the teachers had so much fun. There were 3 passing periods instead of 1. They had to have 3 passing periods between classes for the number of students. Barnett won the city championship in football our first year under the leadership, of course, Coach Allen, who is still our athletic Barnett coordinator today. He even has our gym named after him. Yes. Elective courses, the first few years included homemaking, wood shop, metal shop, speech, theater arts, Spanish, reading, choir. There was even a skills choir, as well as band, orchestra, PE, athletics, exploratory language, art, ESL, and computer literacy. Barnett had real cheerleaders that year because they were 9th graders at Barnett. Barnett received the TEA accountability ratings of recognized and exemplary. Mr. Dion Bernardo succeeded Miss Elwood and continued with many of the activities. Miss Elwood succeeded Lynn Henley for the next 13 years. Barnett assistant principals under Miss Elwood were Sonia Aguiaga, Russell Livingston, Shane Nelson, Iris Williams, Mark Elliott, Felicia Lindsay, Daphne Conwiley, and Angela Spencer. Owsley Junior High opened that same year, which reduced Barnett's student population. So during that tenure, that's when we received our TEA accountability ratings. After Miss Elwood, Mr. Dion Bernardo continued many of the activities that was under place with Miss Elwood. Assistant principals during Mr. Bernardo were Mark Elliott and Angie Spencer. Miss Stephanie Hawthorne succeeded Mr. Bernardo in 2013 and is the current principal here at Barnett. Assistant principals under Ms. Hawthorne have been Mark Elliott, Angela Spencer, Shanta Mackey, Eli Badillo, Michael Woods, and myself. We all proudly served all students here at Barnett Junior High. Barnett students continue to excel academically, and it has received distinctions from TEA in reading, language arts, mathematics, student achievement, closing the achievement gap, and secondary readiness. Barnett has received a B rating every year since the beginning of the new A through F accountability rating system under Ms. Hawthorne's leadership. Barnett will continue to never be satisfied until every student has succeeded in reaching their full potential. AISD Superintendent since Barnett's openings have been Dr. Lynn Hale, Dr. Mac Byrne, Dr. Jerry McCullough, and Dr. Marcelo Cavazos. We have some notable formal students that you may have heard of. We have Maren Morris, who was our 2016 CMA New Artist of the Year. We served Dr. Albert Bemper, NFL, Colts, when they won the Super Bowl in 2006. He's currently a Senior Associate Athletic Director for Diversity and Inclusion at Colorado State University. Richard Kemp, former Superintendent of Schools, Birdville AISD. Julian Wynn, second violin with the Symphony of Southeast Texas. He attended Barnett from 2005 to 2007. We have Cade Cunningham, 2021 first-round draft pick for the NBA and the member of the Detroit Pistons. Cade recently returned to Barnett and donated $10,000 for Cade's Closet. Cade's Closet will house toiletries, snacks, and other items for students in need. Cade also took the time to speak to our students during this time about the importance of being a positive influence in every room they enter in order to be successful in life. He was an awesome role model and an example of importance to reach back and give to the community when success is achieved. Barnett Junior High enjoys a winning reputation in the athletic department and fine arts department. Under the leadership of athletic coordinator Coach Allen, the Barnett 8th grade boys have won city championship in basketball 9 times, and they've won 12 zone championships, 4 city championships in track for both 7th and 8th grade. In football, 3 city championships and 7 zone championships. The Barnett 8th grade girls basketball have won the city championship 10 times and 11 zone championships, and in track 4 times in 7th grade and 6 times in 8th grade. Volleyball teams have won 1 city championship, and 7th grade cross country won 2 city championships. The Barnett Visual Arts Department has received 6 first-place winners in the July 4th art competition and 6 second-place winners. The first-place art is used on T-shirts and other advertising for the July 4th parade, and 6 to place in the top group of MLK art competition. In the Imagine No Violence competition, Barnett has had 7 students placed in the Chairman's Choice Awards. 1 former student decided to become an engineer because of a project that was completed in our art class. He created a car from an old shoe. It sparked his interest in designing and creativity. and that is what education is truly about. The Barnett Performing Art Program, our award winners, as well as the Symphony Orchestra, has won UIL sweepstakes with straight ones under the direction of Greg Sunder. Orchestra won a UIL award under the direction of Caitlin Cromer. Choir won UIL concert and sight reading in both varsity and non-varsity under the direction of Janine Craig. And the Barnett Symphonic Band won UIL sweepstakes with straight ones under the direction of Donna O'Brien and Brandon Barrett. Finally, theater arts students participated in the first one-act play competition for AISD last year and received a rating of accomplished. Student won awards for All-Star Cast Awards and Honorable Mention, All-Star Cast and Best Crew Awards both this year and last year. So as you can see, Barnett's truly awesome, okay? And it has been an honor to also be a Barnett student. So as we move on to the next phase in Barnett, there's going to be many accomplishments and celebrations, and I can't wait to see where we go. Thank you.
A special note of accomplishment for Ms. Jordan. Ms. Jordan was a student. If you didn't hear that, the last part of her speech, she was actually a student here at Barnett. And so she has come full circle from student to administrator here at Barnett. So let's give her a round of applause. I am sad to say she will be leaving us soon. She's gotten a promotion to Bowie High School as assistant principal, so she will be leaving us, but I know she will do a wonderful job there. Thank you very much, Ms. Jordan. At this time, we're gonna go back again in time and have reflections of Barnett from past and present from the none other than the Coach Wellington Allen. Coach. Coach Allen was selected to give this portion of our program because he was one of the very first teachers to teach here at Barnett. He has been here since the doors opened. And so, Coach Allen,
well, couple of things, since so much was said already. When we opened in 1993, we were really the only building in this area. You could stand on this patio and look out the back and see Bowie High School. On the south patio, you could look, and there was nothing there. No houses. TCC was not there. And 360 was not built all the way to 287. At that time, we had driver's ed at Barnett Junior High in the summer. And driving on that south 360 part was an important part of our drive because there was absolutely no traffic. And Miss Jordan was one of my driver's ed students. So her good driving is a tribute to our AISD driver's ed program. Also, back around 1995, I had a student teacher who was amazing, who we hired as a coach and science teacher. That's Coach Dozier. He's been with us since 1995. As it's been said, many of our teams have had success. Our kids have gone on to Bowie and done great things. Our administration has been supportive, and everything Barnett has done up until now is all about the kids. The kids have been great. That's the only reason I can continue to be here for 30 years is because I enjoy getting up and coming to work. That's what my parents told me. Whenever you choose a career, make sure it's something you love to get up and do, and you never work a day in your life. Thank you.
To acknowledge some of the former administrators who are here, We have in our presence none of the former principals, but we do have some of the former assistant principals. And if I miss anybody, please let me know. We have Mr. Mark Elliott. Mark, would you please come up and stand? Mark, just right there, just in front of the stage. Mark was assistant principal from 2005 to 2015. Miss Angela Spencer. Miss Spencer was a teacher at Barnett Junior High from 2007 to 2009, and she became assistant principal in 2009 and served as assistant principal from 2009 to 2015. Dr. Shantae Mackey was assistant principal in 2015 to 2017. If you are a former Barnett student, please stand and be recognized. Former Barnett student. Welcome back. If you are a former Barnett employee, please stand. Thank you very much. It's good to see old friends. At this time, we are going to have some students talk about our time capsule.
Hello, my name is Byron Escamilla. I'm a 7th grade student here in Barnett. I wanted to tell you that you can take some good memories here from your children and at this amazing school. Right over there we have some papers over there that you can sign, and we can put it in our time capsule so we can keep it and show it off at a later date.
Thank you. That table is right over there with the Barnett sign on it, so write some good notes, some funny notes, and we'll look at those 30 years from now. Okay, now we will have a musical performance by the Barnett Junior High Orchestra under the direction of Mr. Gregory Sunder. acknowledge the Barnett family that is with us. We have Mr. Joe Barnett, who is the son of Miss Barnett. Joe, you want to stand? Tina Barnett, the daughter. Owen, another son. Ty. Owen the second. Kirsten is a granddaughter, great-granddaughter. And David, along with spouses Diane and Judy. Did I miss anybody? I got everybody? Thank you. And we're going to have some remarks from Mr. Joe Barnett on behalf of Ms. Barnett, and we hope that she would be pleased with what we are doing here at Barnett now.
Hi, thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate the 30th anniversary. I was here at the dedication 30 years ago, and I know it was the thrill of my mother's life to be involved in this school in the years following that. The reason you might be wondering, or certainly why this school was named Christine Barnett Junior High School. My mother, when I was a small child, growing up, was always involved in education, and of course with 5 kids, their education and the PTA. But she always had an interest in children and their development. She worked for the Edna Gladney Adoption Center in Fort Worth. When my father, who was an engineer, worked at, I think it was then Vault, now LTV, in Grand Prairie. And I remember one time as a small child, a tornado came through Fort Worth where she worked, and she was caught in it and took the old station wagon and parked it under a overpass, which you should not do. Something came and broke out the windshield, but she, glass was everywhere, and she drove the old green station wagon home, and my father was there with the 5 of us, and he said, "Where's dinner?" So she was a very busy person, and she ran for the school board against the incumbent school board president in 1968 and lost. But she was a determined woman and ran again and won the following year. She was the first woman elected to the Arlington School Board. There had been women who served before, but they were appointed. And the reason she ran is because she thought the all-male school board wasn't considering things from the other point of view of 50% of the population. So in that sense, she was a pioneer, and she really enjoyed the school. I don't know if y'all still have it. She donated a wooden bear. Oh, okay. That's one of her cousins suggested she, if the theme is going to be bears, let's get a bear. So that's one of those chainsaw carved bears. But she would be so impressed with the opportunities, educational opportunities for students here at the school today. And I want to encourage any students here to take full advantage of it, and the choices that you have available in the world that we have today is so open to anyone who works hard and has tenacity, as she did. And that's what I'd like to leave with you as a message today. And we have all of us, my brothers and sisters, and my late brother, older brother Ty, we're products of the Arlington Independent School District. And our family grew along with the district and along with all these schools. And it's great to see what Arlington has become. When my parents moved here, there were about 10,000 people. And now what do we have, almost 400,000 around that. And it's been a remarkable journey to witness that and to be a part of that. And thank you so much for the opportunity to participate in this recognition of my mother. And I know she would be so pleased. Thank you.
I neglected to recognize Barnett would not be Barnett today without the current students. So if you are a current student, wave your hand or stand if you're in the audience, and we want to give you a hand too. As we are extremely proud as we bring our 30th anniversary celebration to a close. I would like to thank Dr. Laina McDonald, AISD Superintendent, Dr. Shavir Dalla, Executive Director of the Junior High Learning Community, for joining us this evening. Thank you to the Christine Barnett family for always gracing us with your presence as you represent Mrs. Christine Barnett at our anniversaries. Thank you to our guest soloist, Ms. Ronica Raju. Thank you, Ms. Elizabeth Navars Demir, our Barnett Family School representative, who planned this wonderful event. Thank you to Ms. O'Brien, Mr. Barrett, Mr. Sunder, Ms. Cromer, and Ms. Craig, Coach Allen, who is one of our original faculty members. He was one of our original faculty members when Barnett opened 30 years ago. Thank you, Assistant Principal Ms. Amber Jardin, who again was a student here and who has come full circle now as an administrator. Thank you to all the wonderful assistant principals who have returned and former faculty who have returned to be with us. Thank you to the wonderful Barnett student in the band, orchestra, choir, your wonderful performances. And special thanks to the former Barnett employees who performed tonight with our students in the band. Thank you to all, again, of our current employees and families. If you are a parent of a student at Barnett Junior High, please stand. And finally, thanks to our current Barnett employees, would you please stand? Thank you for coming to celebrate our 30th anniversary with us. We would not have been able to do this without each of you. Please enjoy the refreshments and spend some time reminiscing about your time at Barnett Junior High. Thank you again for coming.